From the Fight Now TV studio, it's time for your News Hits.
What's up, fight fans? I'm Bridget Trong. Let's take a look at what's making headlines in the world of combat sports. Danny Garcia met his opponent Zab Judah today before their showdown on Saturday night. Well, sort of. The two fighters conducted a split press conference in Brooklyn because there was, quote, tension in the air. This according to Oscar De La Hoya. Here's Judah on what went down.
I've been downstairs in the basement room, downstairs with no food, no water, with me and all my team in a little claustrophobic room. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is not the way you treat somebody from the city. You know what I'm saying? Then they telling me they're gonna have their press conference, and then Danny will go, and then you will go. Like, I'm like, what? Like, I'm getting all this information secondhand. I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. I did my obligations was to go to the press conference and be there and be in attendance. I mean, everybody has known me for years. I've never been a person that say I'm not gonna show up at my own press conference.
It is what it is. I just hope he shows up Saturday night for the fight. You know, I'm composed, I'm motivated, I'm smart. Nothing gets under me. I'm ready, I'm focused, and I'm ready to go in there and dominate.
Manny Pacquiao's return date in Macau, China has been pushed back again. According to Top Rank CEO Bob Arum, the 8-division world champ will face Mike Alvarado or Brandon Rios in November instead of October. Apparently, October is a very busy month for Chinese festivals, which does not make the city of Macau conducive to a boxing event. Well, more returns getting rescheduled. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s first fight back off suspension has been pushed back 3 weeks. Chavez says he will be fighting on July 13th against Brian Vera. The fight is expected to be at a catch weight of 165 pounds. Top Rank is expected to place the fight in Mexico or Texas. Anderson Silva will be gracing the surface of the octagon for the foreseeable future. This, according to President Dana White, who says as far as he knows, Silva's long-rumored contract extension is a done deal. The pound-for-pound King's new contract with UFC is reportedly for 10 fights. Silva is currently preparing for his July 6th clash with Chris Weidman at UFC 162, which marks the Spider's 11th title defense. President White also confirming that UFC welterweight champ George St. Pierre will be facing #1 contender Johnny Hendricks next, and it's going to happen much sooner than anticipated. White says the bout is tentatively being targeted for August. And looking further into July, UFC officials have announced a trio of fights for July 27th UFC on Fox 8 event. The card has a championship headliner as flyweight champ Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson returns to the cage after being sidelined with an injury. Johnson makes his second title defense against John Moraga. Mighty Mouse most recently defeated John Dodson at UFC on Fox 6. He now meets Moraga, who is coming off a submission of the night win over Chris Carrioso. Also, Miesha Tate will get her wish as she has been matched up with Liz Carmouche at Fox 8. Tate looks to rebound from that title eliminator loss to Kat Zingano. And meantime, Carmouche is coming off her title loss to champion Ronda Rousey at UFC 157. Well, Matt Mitrione's suspension didn't last very long. The heavyweight will collide with Brandon Schaub at Fox 8. Mitrione returns after a 19-second knockout of Philip DeFries at Fuel TV 9. Schaub looks to build off a decision win over LeVar Johnson, which snapped a 2-fight skid. Now, Mitrione's suspension, which turned out to last 16 days, was for his comments regarding transgender fighter Fallon Fox. Meathead called Fox a disgusting freak, and while the UFC is allowing him to get back to his fighting career, light heavyweight champ John Jones is not too impressed with Mitrione. Said Jones, "People like Matt Mitrione are scumbags. I don't care if he's off suspension or doesn't fight again. He's a ridiculous person. He needs to shut his mouth. He's scum." The second installment of The Ultimate Fighter Brazil is currently airing. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira coaches opposite fellow former Pride star Fabricio Verdum in Tough Brazil 2. The hulking heavyweights will collide at the Tough finale on June 8th. And today, UFC officials finalized the fight card titled UFC on Fuel TV 10. All right, here's a look at the 13-bout fight card. The Tough Brazil tournament final takes the co-main event slot. Rafael Cavalcante is set to make his UFC debut against Thiago Silva. And the prelim card features Brazilian talents plus former Strikeforce fighters Derek Brunson and Anthony Smith. UFC on Field TV 10 goes down June 8th from Brazil. Well, that will do it for this edition of News Hits. Gennady Golovkin versus Nobuhiro Ishida is coming up next, as are every night a different fight feature. Now, don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook, or check us out 24/7 on FightNow.com for all the late-breaking news in combat sports. Thanks for watching.
This is your ad favorite, the California Kid, and you're watching Fight Now TV.